Hello, my name is Avinash Kumar and my term paper topic is the effect of isogeny over security of fog enabled cyber physical system, and I have completed a term paper. I will discuss it with the help of a PPT. Let's open the PPT. So my mentor is Dr. Rajesh Durio, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, and I have worked this with a PhD scholar. His name is Jay Kumar Lachude. Now this PPT contains introduction, fog computing and cyber physical system, elliptic curve cryptography, isogeny, SIDH and SIKE, which is super singular isogeny, Diffie-Hellman and super singular isogeny key exchange, and last finally we have concluded. Now introduction. IoT, that is Internet of Things, which is growing very fast and is gaining in popularity. Some reports suggest that there would be around 75 billion IoTs in working mode in 2025. So there are more and more IoT devices are getting connected to the world. And this gigantic development in future needs the protocol that are to be standardized and also creating proper architecture offering many types of assistance for the IoTs. Since there are too many number of devices, then the set of rules, that is protocols, need to be created, and that devices which is in huge number must also be needed to communicate securely through each other. Here comes the concept of security. And now we have consideration of public key cryptography, symmetric crypto systems which are important for the implementation of IoT security. And the next slide we see that we have to be going in the quantum era where there will be very fast computing power. Means that it may be possible that the problems which are taking let's imagine 100 years now, that would be solved within a day in the quantum era. In that time there will be the systems that we have designed right now need to be more and more secure. So types of post-quantum crypto systems are basically these are like code based, multivariate, lattice based and hybrid, but we have to discuss on singular elliptic isogeny based cryptography, which are further classified into non-cumulative super singular curves, super singular isogeny Diffie-Hellman, super singular elliptic isogeny digital signature schemes. Further, we are implementing this system on a fog enabled cyber physical system. Now a fog system is a system where we don't need to reach the cloud each and every time to access the data or instructions. There are too many devices. There is a small server which is created at the local station itself, in which if there is a need of computing, then that is done through that device only, and the server is kept free to the major tasks, and all the reports are being sent to the cloud. So this way the cloud is busy. Now a fog computing environment is almost similar to cloud computing environment. Same thing. Wherein the fog computing, the computers involved are routers, base station, which in short is BS, switches, hubs, set-top boxes, and proxy server, which fall in the edge computing layer. There are different layers of fog computing, so these fall in edge computing layer. The component listed here perform different functionality which help in different type of application of IoT like networking, diverse computing, storage, sensing, etc. Now cloud based services are centralized services where the computing is done at a central place or the server, whereas in fog computing it is not centralized, and the services it provides with the help of components or parts is distributed or scattered in the wide geographical area, meaning not found on a single server. The same thing. Now here is an architecture of fog computing and IoT. See, here is cloud or data center. The cloud is in the above layer. Now fog layer, this is the fog layer where gateway or router is connected, and there are many gateways and routers, and each of them are able to connect, each of them are able to compute or process the data individually to their connected devices. This is things layer or edge layer or nodes. Now there are some features of fog enabled system. The qualities of fog enabled systems are: it has low latency at the network edge. It means that users' expectations are continuously growing as the Internet of Things develop at a rapid pace, like online games necessitate a system that can update in real world, which has highly stringent criteria for latency. Another one is a physical place that is widely scattered. In this, cloud computing calculates by bringing all the required resources together. This is in stark contrast to those that are distributed geographically, which are more effective in gathering our everyday requirement. It means that the fog systems are kept at different geographical locations. Next one is more amount of nodes. Many network nodes in fog computing are frequently utilized in everyday life, like the camera monitoring environment around us requires a high number of network nodes, which may be achieved via a large-scale sensor network. Another one is wireless access plays a vital function. In cloud computing, the cloud handles our device signals. However, this isn't necessary in fog computing. It enables our devices to communicate directly, resulting in excellent mobile performance without the use of cloud computing. And the next one is near source control and real-time analysis. It is to handle client difficulties. Fog computing maintains continual impact and live cloud inquiry. And the last quality of fog enabled system is parallelism. Fog computing enables a wide range of heterogeneous hardware and software devices in variety of settings with a variety of variables in real applications. Now we will see the elliptic curves. The two curves are shown. One is elliptic curves of the equation y square equals to x cube plus ax plus b, and the second curve is non-elliptic curve, which has equation y square equals to x cube. And here we see that there was some error in PPT. We have rearranged it. Okay. Now the upper curve is an elliptic curve with the equation y square equal to x cube plus ax plus b, and the second equation is a non-elliptic curve with the equation y square equals to x cube. So we see here that in the elliptic curves, if we draw a line through this curve, it has a possibility that it cuts the curve at three different places, and that three different places is an important thing to recognize whether the curve is elliptic or non-elliptic. Now through an example which is done in COCAL, we have shown an elliptic curve. The points elliptic curves defined on a finite field with the equation y square equals to x cube plus x of size 79. 79 is a prime number, and all the points are shown which are on the elliptic curves. Now let's say elliptic curve cryptography. Elliptic curve cryptography, in short, is ECC, is an approach to public key cryptography based on algebraic structure of elliptic curves over finite fields. Elliptic curve cryptography is a type of crypto system which is defined by an equation in two-dimensional plane is a public crypto system. Now another is super singular elliptic curve, which have to take into consideration in this paper. Here let E be an elliptic curve defined over the field FQ, where Q is the square of a prime number. E is called super singular if its endomorphic ring, endomorphic E, over the algebraic closure FQ is non-cumulative, otherwise it is called ordinary. So that was the definition of super singular elliptic curve. Now let us discuss the isogeny. A map which can or be able to retain the structure of group is called homomorphism between two groups. A homomorphism kernel is a set of items whose image is the identity. An isogeny is a group of homomorphism between two elliptic curves having finite kernel. Now let E1 to E2 be the isogeny of two elliptic curves E1 E2. As a result, phi of order of E1 equals to order of E2 and phi, and it may be represented as the given equation, where f1, f2, g1, g2 are polynomials in two variables x and y with coefficient in fq. Now degree of phi will be the maximum of degrees of f1 and degree of f2, and it is the degree of the isogeny. Now this is the algorithm where to check whether the given order is divisible by 8 or not. Here we take input as an elliptic curve y square equals to x cube plus ax plus b, and output would be true if it is divisible by 8, otherwise false. So this is the algorithm. And next, SIDH, which is super singular isogeny Diffie-Hellman. The basic structure of SIDH is same as that of SIKE. The diagram is shown the SIDH key exchange with the help of diagram. Here E is sending encrypting with the phi A and it becomes EA, and E is encrypting with the key phi B and it becomes phi B. Now EB sent to phi dash A and it becomes B, which is equal to, if the same process is repeated, it is basically same as the normal Diffie-Hellman algorithm. And this is a super singular isogeny key exchange. One of the important key encapsulation mechanism is super singular isogeny key exchange. A key exchange mechanism is used to securely exchange a symmetric key for asymmetric cryptography data encryption. In this there is a key gen, and here is secret key generation, and SK after passing SK, and the public key generation algorithm works, and SK is used to decaps to find the key, and public key generation, public key is passed to encapsulate, and we also found K, and ciphertext is then decapsulated. Now this is the algorithm to compute public key of super singular isogeny key exchange having two isogenies. The algorithm is given. And now finally we conclude that in the recent year there is a significant development in the internet of post-quantum cryptography, but there is still a lot to explore to apply it in the IoT. This article discusses the ways to learn and mention overview of the post-quantum cryptography and its possible categorization. The effect of security changes after the quantum era that are also included. Fog computing, which is lighter version of cloud computing, and its realization can be overviewed, while the functionalities of elliptic curve cryptography have been shown. We have also shown the singleton effect. Now, singleton effect, which is a point, very critical point. If that point is found, then the whole security breaks, which is very must and very important part of elliptic curves. This paper also focused to make the computing developers make them secure and safe from quantum threats. We have tested two algorithms, SIDH and SIKE, and we found out that K is securely shared and is quantum proof. We have some of the references from where we have studied and then in this paper. So that's all, and now we will show the codes. Here it is an example of elliptic curve. P is a prime number which is taken 79, and E is an elliptic curve to find, and the elliptic curve equation is defined by this equation y square equals to x cube plus x, and it is of finite size. Now we can run this equation. So project is starting. Wait for a few minutes. Okay, we will continue when it starts. It's open now. We run this code. It's running. We get the elliptic curve defined by equation y square equals to x cube plus x over the finite field size of 79, which is a prime number. And after this code, e dot points gives all the points on the elliptic curves. We run this, we get the point, and this plot things plot all the point on and off. It's running and the graph is plotted. Now P and Q are the 2 points. We have taken 2 random points from these points. 2 points P and Q. Now we have possessed P plus Q xy, and we get P plus Q as 35 and 48 as the coordinate. Now we print 3P. 3P is same 1 and 9, and now JE. JE is the J variant of E, which we calculate and can 69. And if we run this code, E2, we got J variant of E2 69, and now we found, so this code was hidden. So if we run this, we get and second elliptic curve E2. It's running, and it prints the J variant of E2. E2 is the elliptic curve, second curve. Now we print the J variant of E2, which we got 69, and this code check whether E and E2 are isomorphic or not. It's not isomorphic, and now it will print whether E is super singular or not, and it prints it is super singular. So that was a basic example of elliptic curve. Now the second example is of isogeny. We choose a prime number P which is 71, and q is the square of prime number. The same algorithm is applied here that we have discussed earlier, and we are constructing fq using x square plus 1 over fp, and we define the elliptic curve as y square equals to x cube plus x, that is ab is 1 and 0. So if we run this code, we get an elliptic curve defined by y square equals to x cube plus x over a finite field in I of size 71 square, and has E is the cardinality of E, which is given, and J is the J variant. Now we construct the isogeny of 8 degree whose algorithm was given. So if we run this code, we get, and now we will check for homomorphism, and the answer is given true. Now another check is whether the element generates the same P and should given the isogeny map. The equation is given here. If we run this code, we will get the answer. Now we compute large degree isogeny, like let L is 2 and E is 3. Now we have to compute the isogeny of 8 degree using the same point as above. So this is the code, and if we run this, we get the output. So this was all about isogeny. Here is our main code SIDH, and in this code the Diffie-Hellman supersingular isogeny Diffie-Hellman is used. It takes much time, but I think it will run now. We execute this, we get, it's running. Yeah, we get the output, page 431, and J variant cardinality is given the same way. Here is the key generation algorithm. It will generate the key for Alice and Bob. So running, the key is generated, and we need to compute the secret key, and running this, the both secret key matches. So this was all about Diffie-Hellman. And now supersingular isogeny key exchange. This is a large code, and it takes some time to run. We will try to do it. We have imported some libraries like haslab, random, string. It is compiled successfully. Now we will take some parameters. It's running. We have the P, largest prime number. We take as large prime number as it will be able to predict in order to make it secure. And it's printing that whether it is a prime number or not, and it has predicted that this is a prime number. Now after running this, it's compiled successfully. This is the psych key generation. This will generate the key for both Alice and Bob. So Alice secret key, Alice public key is, Alice secret key is this, and Alice public key we have calculated here. Now this is encapsulation. The key is being encapsulated using this code. We run this, then the message, a random message is generated with the R value. It's currently running. We got too many ciphers. and the key above is being encapsulated. Now this is decapsulation. You have to decapsulate it in order to get to our original message. It's running. So it has decapsulated. Okay. That was the code, and I saw the paper earlier, but it's more. I'm just scrolling the paper. This is introduction part, where we have kept the introduction, some explanation about fog computing, and also with the help of a diagram, qualities of fog computing. This is elliptic curve cryptography explained here with the help of mathematical formulas also. This is formulas for isogeny, supersimilar elliptic curve, and then singleton effect also written here. This is our literature survey. In this section we have studied different papers, and from that paper we have what we have concluded is written here. Now this is our proposed methodology, which and the code we run, the same thing, the screenshot is kept here to singular isogeny diffie-Hellman and for the key exchange. This is the conclusion part, and now references. That's all. Thank you.